Thanks for the call.
All right. Stephen in New York.
Oh, hi.
Hey,
Stephen.
Hi, Dave.
Hello,
Hey, buddy.
hello. What would
Can
you
you
like to
hear me
talk
okay?
about? Yep.
Yeah.
Super clear, actually, in comparison to the last guy. My goodness.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was UK.
Yeah, true enough. What's up, bud?
Yeah, I'm a little closer.
Yeah.
So there's one minor thing I wanted to talk about before I get to the big thing.
Okay, just so you know, we are running short, and so we're probably going to have to.
Yeah, because he's talking about the grief of not knowing that you'll never see your loved ones again, so that's very appropriate to my subject.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I'll just stick with that then, and maybe call back another time for my other.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Yeah. So I just came out this week publicly as an atheist.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo! All
First
right.
Sunday, you're not going to church.
There you go, buddy.
Cheers.
And being out now is bringing back a lot of feelings that I had when I first accepted that I was an atheist.
Right.
And the primary one is like, just, there's the pain of loss when someone dies, and then there's the feeling of, it feels like they're dying all over again when I think back to the fact that I'm not going to see them again, and I'd always been hanging my hope on that.
Right.
That was actually the last thing keeping me holding on to my faith.
Well, let me speak to that because I've dealt with that a lot in the last few months, dealing with my ALS and talking about dying out loud. I understand what you're saying, but the thing that I think we miss when we think that way, and that's a big part of what I'm talking about. When I talk about dying out loud, I'm talking more about living out loud and grabbing the moments and carpeing the fucking diem and seizing the day and living your best life and not letting life pass you by, but making sure that you're getting every single thing you can out of it. And when we live that way, then we're not going to minimize this life in hopes of an eternity with that loved one. So we don't have to worry about missing this because of that. My point with what I'm doing with Dying Out Loud is to say, you know what, if you've got a loved one in your life, if you've got a friend in your life, and you're concerned about not being in eternity with them, set that aside and make sure you're doing everything with them that you can now, and making sure that you're not letting any of the life moments pass by, that you don't miss saying the things to them you want to say and doing the things with them you want to do, and not putting it off and saying, well, we'll get to that later. That's what carpe the fucking diem means. It means grab it now, because you don't know if you have a later. And so you end up living your best life and getting to the end of it with as few regrets as possible. And the thing about missing them on the other side is that you won't be aware that you're missing them, because you won't be aware of anything. And that's the comfort I take in that, is that, you know what, when I go to sleep on that final day, I'm not going to wake up going, oh my God, where's Eric? I wanted one more drink with Eric. I'm not going to be thinking anything, because I'm not going to have an awareness of anything. So there's nothing to miss. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So live your best life now. Grab them now, man.
Absolutely. And when it comes to missing people who've already died, I think it's the biggest tragedy.
Oh, absolutely. You're going to miss them.
Well, and it's not even when you die. It's when they die. You know, I think it's one of the most cruel things someone can do is to cut out a person's grief process.
No.
And say, no, you're going to see them again. Because you wind up in that position. You know, it's not just your own death, it's the death of others, because you mourn them.
Yeah,
twice.
that's true.
And
well, when we die, that's the point. When I die, I'm very aware of the people that I leave behind, and that they're going to miss me. Yeah. You know, so I'm aware of that. That's where the grief is. You miss the person that's gone.
And honestly, dude, they had their place in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And
celebrate that.
Yeah, and it's okay to grieve, and it's okay for you to grieve as long as you need to. If it takes years, that's okay. Nobody is the arbiter of how you should feel about it. So take that time, but at the same time, like Dave is saying, fucking seize the carp. Make sure that you're not
fish, Eric.
make sure that you're taking enough time for you to enjoy this life that you have.
And congrats for coming out. I know that's a hard thing sometimes, so hope you're doing okay.
Yeah, so far the reception's been pretty good.
Good for you, man.
I've been rejected by one person, but everyone else has been somewhat grudgingly accepting it.
Well, good. It feels good to be authentic, and it's going to feel better and better as you go along.
All right. Well, I do love your shirt.
Get you one.
Is there anywhere that anybody
the
can buy
last religious event
Yeah,
I went
the links.
to was Live Out Loud.
Pardon me?
The last religious event I went to was themed with Live Out Loud, and I think it's a little more fitting in your case.
Yeah, they got close. That's all right. We're going to give them credit for trying.
We got zoomed in here.
Yeah, there's a link on the show notes. Let me see if I get this right. dyingoutlouddave.threadless.org or com or
.com.
something.
.com. Actually, it's right there at the bottom of the
There
screen.
it is. But you can order them, and it'll support what we're doing, and you can wear a shirt, and people will ask you, what's that all about? And you can tell them.
And the artwork is fucking amazing.
It's a great graphic.
Yeah. And they're actually comfy shirts.
They are good.
Yeah, like nice material.
Mm-hmm.
That's the important part.
I want a bunch of those.
We're
Okay.
gonna get you some. Thank you, Stephen.
All right. Thank you very much, and carpe the fuck out of that DM.
You got
Absolutely.
it, buddy.
Seize it.
All right.
All right, take care, man.